At the beginning of 2019, I set a goal for myself to see 120 different movies in the theaters this year. If you've been keeping up track with me, you will know that I have been to the theaters over 100 times so far this year. However, that accounts for double ups and seeing movies twice or possibly three times, or, in the case of Avengers Endgame, five. But tonight is a special occasion. Tonight, I saw my 100th movie in theaters. Now, I know you can see the description, you can see the title of what this review is. You might have seen it on Twitter, you know what I saw. But for my 100th movie of the year, I decided to put myself through some severe pain and see the new movie, Playing with Fire. Directed by Andy Fickman, this movie stars John Cena, Keegan-Michael Key, John Leguizamo, Judy Greer, Christian Convery, Brianna Hildebrand, Finley Rose Slater, and Tyler Mane. Now, why did I want to see this movie? I, for whatever reason, have a lot of fun going to see movies that I know I'm going to hate, that I can sit down and make fun of and laugh throughout the entire thing. So I figured, once me and my buddies saw the trailer for Playing with Fire on our podcast, the Free Iron Gear podcast, no, actually it's Three Guys, One Mic, we retitled it. Once we had seen that trailer and our trailer talk segment, I knew that I wanted to see this movie. I knew it looked like garbage, hot garbage that I would have a lot of fun picking apart and making fun of. And while this movie is a shit kids film, it's not exactly terrible. This movie is bad. What else do you want me to say? It's a kid movie that offers little else. In fact, it makes me scared of how terrible some of the movies that would have made my parents sit through as a kid actually were. I think the directing is as cookie cutter, simplistic as possible. Plus, they never leave enough headspace for the actors, making you feel like every character is getting the top inch of their heads cut off. Not to mention the entire thing is shot and staged as if it were a TV show. I think the writing was extremely poor. There were a few good jokes, but much of it was based around shit and farts. I mean, Christ, there was a part where the little girl, played by Slater, shits herself, and John Cena has to change the diaper or her pants. And the shit somehow goes up the sleeve of his fire jacket into the mask he is wearing, spraying shit all over the window of said mask. To me, that is quite frankly disgusting, and left a bad taste in not only Cena's mouth, but mine as well. As for the characters, it's John Cena not liking kids. It's basically the same thing he always does. John Leguizamo being annoying and stupid, and Keegan-Michael Key acting like an absolute cartoon character. But the one thing I did like is that Key's character would pop up out of nowhere, and to me, I found that fun. But at the same time, Key and the rest of the cast have a cartoon sound effect that follows them with everything they do. It's strange, but for a kids' movie, I guess it could be fun. Now, let's knock off a few of the things that I can't really categorize into something. I liked a few of the jokes, especially when Cena almost tells the little girl there once was a man from Nantucket. That joke, that story, as a lullaby to help her sing to sleep, which I found very funny. Most of the movie is either just popular songs kids will recognize or musical montages to move the story along. I think the climax is extremely anticlimactic, rushed, and quite honestly, boring, and it is unbelievable. And finally, BTS, the K-pop band, is mentioned 3 times. I counted. Why? Why are they in this movie? Did they pay the studio off? Did they pay off Universal to get their band in here for some reason? I don't think there's many 10-year-olds listening to K-pop that have run away from multiple foster homes and inexplicably found themselves in a cabin that is on fire in the middle of the California woods. That's never explained. I know it's a kid's movie. Give us a little explanation. The parents dying and getting sent to a foster home isn't enough, movie. Especially when the boy's probably 8 to 10 years old, the daughter's probably 15, the oldest one, and the little one is maybe 3. There's no way CPS is splitting up those kids. I'm sorry. This movie is bad. I don't know what else to say about it. I had little fun while watching it. It's not even so bad it's good kind of movie. There was only one point in which I actively laughed at this movie. And it's because it's the scene where Maine is picking up Rose Slater is shot in such an uncomfortable way. I didn't know what else to do with myself. At times, this movie is unwatchable, cringy, and uncomfortable, like in the aforementioned scene. But, strangely enough, I did not hate myself while watching it, which is disappointing. I wanted to make fun of this movie. I wanted to hate it. But at times, I strangely found myself liking it. I don't know why. Maybe it was Key's character popping up out of nowhere that I thought struck a chord with me. Maybe it's because I remember watching movies like this when I was a little kid that have some fun elements to them, but overall aren't very good. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Mainly because I forgot what I really, really liked about it. But I know there were times throughout it where I told myself, this actually isn't too bad. This movie isn't terrible. It's okay. And then another shit or fart joke would come around the corner and slap me in the face, wake me up, and tell me that I was being stupid. It's a bad movie. 3.6 out of 10.